Hi, I'm Mark Collins, and my chapter in the Y-Shift Health book is all about the incredible journey of my inspiring son, Max. He was diagnosed with epilepsy at the age of 5. For so long I watched helplessly as his life became defined by daily seizures, sometimes more than 50 in a day, with tonic-clonic seizures in between as well. Max had to cope with the not only physical effects of the seizures themselves and the recovery from each of them, but also the many social restrictions that came with it. Not being allowed to play, have the freedom like so many other young boys. It meant constant doctor's appointments, faraway specialists, countless school absences. He couldn't play sports or have sleepovers with friends. He had a seizure monitor under his mattress. Speech impediment, learning difficulties, memory difficulties, and constant blood tests and monitoring. All the simple daily activities we take for granted were a huge mountain to climb for him. Between the ages of 5 and 11, we took Max to countless neurologists, specialists and multiple experts, hoping someone in the medical field could shed some light on the reason for his condition. All the tests, trials and scans and treatments over so many years all came to dead ends with no positive outcome or lasting change. In July of 2019, I was beyond frustrated and in despair. I knew I could no longer keep going down the same conventional path for Max. There just seemed to be no hope for change. Despite me feeling like this, Max's optimism and love of life in the face of what he was going through every day was a constant source of inspiration for me. So I had to ask myself, what now? What can I do? The professionals can't help him now, so who can I turn to? And that's how I had one of the most important moments in my life, when I realised that the only one I hadn't trusted to find a way forward for Max was myself. I was the one spending enormous amounts of time with him, and I'd learnt to recognise the patterns and triggers of a seizure in a way that no medical appointment could see or understand. I realised I could do more for my son than passively hoping, wishing and wanting something to come out of the blue and fix him. So I embraced my mission to learn as much as I could in my own way about the human brain, the body and its behaviours. By only focusing on the Western philosophy of anatomy and medicine, I'd been unconsciously limiting Max's options. There are so many other amazing, innate and ancient sources of knowledge and healing techniques that I hadn't given a chance yet. Giving Max a more holistic approach was simply life-changing, for Max and for myself. It was all about breaking away from the conventional perspectives that society and the medical world try to keep us locked into to a detrimental degree. It opened my eyes to, honestly, whatever was out there. I learned about our own power and potential through things like meditation, self-healing, the physical effects emotions have on the body, emotional vibrations, the importance of gut health and a natural diet, and even things like cranial adjustments for Max that had an enormously positive effect. The concept of neonatal reflexes, the power of thoughts and perceptions. I actually became a neuro-linguistic practitioner, leaving behind the family car sales dealership for my son and for myself. With this new knowledge and understanding of physical and emotional trauma, I began to break down many of the contributing factors that I believe bring on a seizure in Max. He instinctively connected with the power of the unseen that we began learning about and embracing all these lessons and changes with amazing positivity. Some big examples were actively implementing yoga into his day, something we both did together, as we do. And most importantly, learning to express his emotions so he could release all that inner tension that could bring on a seizure. And today, he is seizure-free. I'm convinced that had I not started looking at Max's situation from a very different perspective, we'd still be on the same merry-go-round, frustrated by a conventional system that doesn't actually know how to help him, it just creates labels. Nowadays, we try to ensure Max's days are made up of high-frequency energy, explained to him in the form of love, joy and gratitude. I wanted to be a part of the Y-Shift movement to help others that may be going through a similar challenge or cycle with no hope in sight. Joining the Y-Shift movement means I can reach more people who are questioning who they can turn to when the conventional just doesn't work for them, and give them the answers they need. The change in Max has been phenomenal, and sharing his story through Y-Shift means it can happen for others too. I believe you too can take heart, take hold.